It was never enough. Milo Igorski's father was a legend, the Horbachevsky math champion, elite league tier 1 2350 chess player, 400-meter hurdles champion at Universidad, premier cosmonaut ready on deck to lead the latest Russian-Chinese joint venture moon mission. But then, things happened. Milo's father came from the wrong side of the map. Yeah, this part, the Ukraine. So one random day, he was just out. No space program, no military career, just out. Well, the resulting father figure then lived inside of a bottle, with the only bright light in his father's day being the after-school teach-in for Milo of physics, math, engineering, battery power, astrophysics, and robots. Yeah. So everything Milo learned came from under-resourced Russian-Ukrainian assets. Milo's love language with his father was chess, and they played a lot of it. And at the blackboard, well, Milo was a sponge. Something about the highly organized and structured nature of Cartesian diagrams that Milo found in his spreadsheets, chessboards, and physics plates that, well, sort of calmed Milo and his dad. An antidote to Russian chaos in their lives. Well, the vodka hit hardest when Milo was just 10. His father was drinking for 2, or 3, and Milo felt the perpetual hangover. As Russian-born cosmonauts made headlines, Igor drowned his pain further, eventually going blind, destroying his liver, and bringing his then 16-year-old son Milo down a dark tunnel with him. Well, Milo had had enough. The glass ceiling was denting his skull, so he applied to become part of a technology exchange program to move for an ambiguous amount of time to America. Well, the program was a political effort which had hoped to make the two countries structurally closer. The program was expensive, but aimed to have the long-term benefit of, world peace. Well, Milo was determined that he would not suffer the same political exclusion that his father did, and he vowed to carry out his dreams he shared at his most inner core with his dad. And if they couldn't be done in the new Soviet system, well, Milo would achieve them in the land of the free, the home of the brave. So he left. Well, the modern version of Ellis Island became just a quick set of forms he filled out. Immigration was an easier route for elite engineers. Milo started on a student visa and then was granted a special category of visa called an O1 for those with extraordinary ability or achievement. Yeah, that's a thing. And when the particular technology exchange programs were defunded, well, Milo found himself left alone inside of an American system of engineering, but with Russian training. Well, Milo, as a teen, then brought that learning to a seemingly lavish, endless set of resources in America, where he attended public high school and won nearly every Estes model rocket competition, where he was judged on everything from power matching with the rocket casing to apogee triangulation to parachute deployment and payload release and eventual safe return to Earth. And he never missed a metric calculation. Yeah. Well, Milo quickly became the darling of every Silicon Valley startup who needed their complex technology to be hardened so that it worked every time without fail, and then integrated deeply with hardware, software, and was cheap. Yeah, Silicon Valley. Well, there was Aerodyne, a company which built robotic adjusting bulletproof vests and helmets. And then there was Huberzone, a company which made extrudable concrete, like out of a toothpaste tube. And it ended up fueling Bronze Age. Yeah, this thing. Mylo invented their robot CAD/CAM extrusion and positioning systems. They worked until they didn't. But Mylo learned and iterated, and 5 startups later, and Mylo had already a long track record by the time he was just 27 and was sought after by every headhunter to fill a powerful vacant CTO position. Well, Polybeam was his first big financial win. They made extruded beans from sand, dirt, and water, and a special sauce that, Mylo jokingly said was provided by Burger King. The beams were extremely flexible and strong, and, they could withstand wind gusts up to 150 knots. Well, Mylo interviewed for a job there, and that's where we met. Mylo then built to scale CPR, or the Common Parts Robotics Company. Yeah, that was ours. CPR built robotic cooking systems for fast food companies, and it scaled globally. Well, the company was founded by Norman Beck, this guy, and Tiffany Chen, this gal right here. Yeah, she was young back then. And our firm, our venture capital firm, funded them. We did the original A round and then the B round, and we sat on their board, and we brought them public, where we made about 57 times our money. So our firm, Virus Ventures, held a naturally soft spot for Mylo and for Tiff, who together helped make us something like $1 billion for ourselves and for our investors. So when Mylo and Tiff came to us with Project Red Planet, which I had originally thought was a political thing, I didn't really look. But it turns out it wasn't a political thing. So they renamed it the more politically neutral Project Yabba Dabba. And we did.